I am selling. I know. I talk about keeping your investments for the long term, but I also talk about personal finance being a lot more personal than finance. And I have decided to sell one of my properties. I'm sharing all of the details and the reasons on why I am selling, plus the things that I have done right along the way and things that I could have improved upon, so you can make more educated decisions about your own investment. I am Tiffany Thomas with WealthyTiffany.com, and I achieved financial freedom at age 38, mainly through real estate investing. If you are looking to achieve financial freedom at a young age as well, hit that like button and hit the subscribe button, and we are going to dive right in. All right, here we go. I have decided to sell the property that I currently live in, and I'm going to share the reasons on why I'm doing that, because I really love this property and it has given me such a high ROI, return on investment. But I feel like it is the right time to sell. The first reason that I am selling this property is because it has an HOA, a homeowners association, and in those CC&Rs, the rules and regulations, it states that you are not able to rent out the property. You have to live in the property. You can have roommates, but you can't move out and rent the property unless you have some type of hardship, like you have to relocate and you're not able to sell the property at appraised value within 90 days, or some other hardships that they aren't super clear about. Because of that, I feel like it is a good time to sell. You're probably wondering if they changed these rules and regulations since I've been living here, or if I knew this beforehand, before I purchased the property. And yes, I did know this when I was purchasing the property. I did my homework. I made sure to take a look at those CC&Rs and see what the requirements were in order to have a rental property. And that is something I definitely recommend you do if you are moving into a place with an HOA, or you are considering purchasing a place that has an HOA. Take a look at those rules and regulations if you are planning to rent that property out later. Because since listing my property, I've had quite a few agents that have clients that want the property for an investment property, but we have to tell them it is in the regulations that they cannot have a rental here. Otherwise, I would just keep the property and rent it out. And if you're wondering, all right, then why did you still buy the property if you knew you wouldn't be able to rent it out later and that was your plan? And that's a good question. It was during 2016 when I was looking for a property, and I had looked at quite a few different places and even put offers on other places. And it was a really crazy market. Not quite as crazy as it is right now, but crazy nonetheless. There were multiple offers coming in on homes, and some of them were over asking price, or at least including closing costs. So it was a pretty hard time to even just purchase a home. When I found this place, it had the things that I was looking for. It had parking for roommate, it had a garage, which I wanted, and it had an unfinished basement so that I could expand the home and have another roommate and create even more cash flow. Looking at a bunch of different properties, it was pretty hard to find those few requirements. When I ended up finding this property and then finding out I wouldn't be able to rent it out, I still felt good about purchasing the property. I had talked to one of my mentors. He was one of my previous bosses who was really successful with real estate, and I asked him what he would do if he were in my situation, and he said, I would still buy the property. It's still a good deal right now, and you never know, things could change over time. They could change those regulations, and you could even get on the board and help change those regulations. You just never know what could happen. So I thought about it some more and ran the numbers again and made sure that it would still be a good investment. And I ended up feeling good about still making an offer and going through with the purchase. And had I not felt good about the purchase, I would not have done it. So that is something you definitely want to listen to. You want to listen to your own intuition, and I personally am a spiritual person, so I pray and listen for those answers or just that calm feeling. Even if the numbers look good, you want to make sure that you have a good feeling about purchasing the property. And I'm curious to know, so put in the comments below if you would have purchased the property if you were in my situation. I ended up putting in an offer on the property, and of course there were multiple offers because of the crazy market. But when I had gone over to see the place, I brought my own agent, my sister, and I had met the seller's real estate agent at the time. And we just kind of chatted with her and were really friendly and nice, because both my sister and I are just pretty nice people in general. But the agent was very friendly and she seemed to enjoy talking to us. So I went ahead and made the offer, and it turns out the agent came back and said, you know what, we've had multiple offers, which I completely believed because I had already tried to put in an offer on other places, and there were multiple offers on those homes. So when she had said that, she said, but I really liked you guys, and the seller has a good feeling about you guys. So if you change your offer a little bit, just include the full amount of the closing costs, because they had received other offers that included the full closing cost. And I believe I had put half of the closing costs in my offer. So I thought, all right, I can do that. I can put in just, I think it was maybe $3,000 more and do the full closing costs. And she said the seller would accept my offer if we did that. And you may be thinking, oh, she could be lying to you. And yeah, she could be lying, but I don't feel like that was the case. And I still felt good about purchasing the property, even with coming in a few thousand more to provide the full closing costs for the seller. That's what I ended up doing. And the seller accepted my offer and we went under contract and I ended up purchasing the home, which I am super glad I did. It has been a really great place to live and a great investment property. The number one reason I am selling is because of the regulations that I am not able to rent out the property. But there are also a few other reasons that I'm selling. Now is a really good time to sell. It is still a seller's market and prices have increased drastically since I purchased the property in 2016. And I don't want to be stuck in the property needing to move out. If I was to get married and my husband got a job out of state and we needed to move, and it may not be the best time to sell. I just don't want to be in that position of having to sell when it's not convenient or not a good time to sell. Since the real estate market is so high right now, I will make a significant profit off of my property. The median home price value in Utah right now is $538,601. Back in 2016, the median home value in Utah was $276,900. So it has almost doubled in those 5 years. And it's increased a lot just from March of this year. There were a couple units for sale in my complex, and since then there have been a couple more units for sale in my complex, and the price just from about March until now has gone up about $40,000 per unit. So the market just continues to rise, and I feel like it's probably not going to crash, at least in Utah. It'll taper off and things will slow down, but I feel like right now is a good time to sell my property. And when I do go under contract, I will do another video breaking down all of my numbers, all of the expenses, my down payment, and the profit that I'll be making when I sell my property. So you can see exactly how it's worked to own a real estate property for at least 5 years. Plus, either in that same video or another video, I'll share exactly what I'm going to do with the profit of selling my real estate property. You'll want to make sure and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss the upcoming videos with all of the details. And now that you know that I'm selling the place where I'm currently living, you're probably wondering, all right, Tiffany, where are you going to move to? Well, I've decided to move back in with my parents. They miss me, I miss them. Okay, just kidding. I'm not moving back in with my parents, although they probably wouldn't mind it that much. But no, I'm not doing that. I've decided to move into my single family home that I currently own. The timing on this has worked out perfectly because I have 2 tenants there that are month to month right now, and then the other 2 tenants have leases that end the end of December. So I sent a message to those 2 tenants asking if they would want to move out by October 31st, and I would not charge the early termination fee. And they both agreed to do that. In my current roommate situation, one of my roommates is getting married very soon, so she would have been moving out anyway. And another roommate got a job further south, so she was actually looking for a place that was closer to her new employer. And then my third roommate actually wants to come with me to my single family home. When she moved to Utah and was looking for a place, she wanted to move into a single family home with a yard, but she couldn't find a place, and she ended up moving in with me. So this is perfect for her because now we get to move to a single family home, and she loves doing yard work and just being outside in the yard. So she is more than happy to help with that, which I'm very excited about. And then I have a friend who is renting an apartment, and her lease is up December 31st. So she wants to move in with me, so that'll be perfect as well. And then the other bedroom in the home I will turn into my studio. I'll have a separate room for creating these videos for you guys. And who knows, maybe I'll change my mind later and not have a studio bedroom, but get another roommate and have a little more cash flow coming in. But this brings me to my next point. So I have the option to continue to have roommates or not have roommates or have 1 or 2 or 3 roommates. It's completely up to me. It's my choice because of the decisions I've made along the way. I've been able to invest in multiple real estate properties and create the freedom that I really desired. I choose my own schedule. I don't work a 9-to-5 job, but I could if I wanted to. I have that choice. My choices aren't based on money, on needing money. They're based on what I value, what I prioritize, and on my needs and wants and what I think would be best. And that is what investing gets you. It gets you that financial freedom. And of course, it doesn't have to be in real estate. It can be in the stock market or in other people's businesses or in your own business. There are a ton of different investments, but if you are just saving your money, you are not going to become financially free. You need to invest your money. You need to invest as much as possible as soon as possible. And as you can see through my example, it gives you that freedom, it gives you those choices, those options, and you create the life that you truly desire. And like I said at the beginning, personal finance is a lot more personal than finance. It's not just about the numbers and doing what the numbers say is best to do. It's about running those numbers and making sure that you are making good investments, but it's also about you and your desires and emotions and being able to sleep at night, and especially making sacrifices over the long term. You will be able to have that freedom to choose whether or not you want to have roommates or want to have a 9-to-5 job. That is what investing your money gets you. It provides you with the freedom to live the life that you truly want to be living. And who knows what would have happened if I wouldn't have purchased this property. Maybe I would have gotten a different property shortly thereafter that I could rent out later. Or maybe I wouldn't have been able to purchase a property shortly thereafter and I would only have 3 properties right now instead of 4 properties. So you just never know. You want to do your homework, make sure the numbers work, and then do what feels right to you. And if you are looking to manage your money easier, Personal Capital can help you do that. It is a free app that I currently use, and if you want to get a free $20 Amazon gift card, you can hook one of your retirement accounts to Personal Capital, and by using my referral link below in the description, they will give you a free $20 Amazon gift card. Comment below and tell me if you are going to invest in real estate or not, or if you already are investing in real estate. I'm curious to know. And if you found this video helpful, then please hit that like button and share it with someone else who would like to hear this information, and hit the subscribe button to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and hit the little bell to get notified on when I post new videos. And if you want more content from me, check out the videos on the side of the screen. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.